It's Friday, December 15th, and got a couple of CRVs to show everybody here. Got this 2007. We bought it with a damaged door and fender. Dave replaced both panels and painted them, and it's kind of hard to tell, but somehow we got a lot more blue in this panels. This needs to be like cut and buffed. That should come back to a similar finish once it gets some love and attention. But yeah, we're probably gonna repainting that fender and that door just because they're a little too blue. But this is a 2007 EXL, and then right next to it, we got a 2015 EXL in this really nice, I don't know, aquamarine blue or something. This one we just replaced the rear bumper cover on. Does have a little bit of damage to the trunk there, but we're going to work on that dent as well. Should be able to get that out a good bit. We're over here behind my next door neighbor's U-Haul lineup. But something funny about this car, really nice, clean, I think they call this mocha interior. 140,000 miles. But this thing has the loudest power door locks I've ever heard. Listen to this. For comparison, this is the Q50. Pretty crazy. Vehicle came in for a misfire condition, 2012 Honda Odyssey. Had new spark plugs and coil packs installed. Spark plugs are correct for this vehicle. Moved them and the misfire went away, but further investigation reveals we have a pigtail issue.
There's a socket down in that hole.
Yeah,
in here?
There's a socket down in the rust hole.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Oh no!
It's gone?
No, the hole goes all the way through the car.
Well, push it onto the ground.
It's about to go.
Is that part of the unibody? Or does it got a frame underneath it?
No. Don't tell anybody.
There you go. Working on the 72 AMC today. A couple of issues you run into on these old vehicles is that all these bolts down here that hold this thing together are all seized up, feeling like they're going to break. One, hard to see down there, was already missing before we started on it. There's where the thermostat sat. You can see how delicious that was. Where's that little thermostat, Dave?
Oh, it's a UFO. I threw it out. Here, let me get it.
Look at that. An unidentified nasty object.
Yeet.
But this thing got a new ignition system basically in it last week. Has a new carburetor installed previously. We have all sorts of new brake components getting ready to go on the car. We have all these wonderful parts and pieces ready to go on the car. So, trying to make this thing where it will be good enough to suffice for road trips up to the hot rod events in Gatlinburg and things like that. So, trying to make some big progress on it this week. Here's this beautiful, nasty, wonderful water pump, and what in the world is that? So I'm here outside of the local Publix. This is where I do my photographing of my vehicles. There's the next one getting ready to get listed. Little 2007 Honda CR-V. And it's a cold day out here in Red Bank, but having a good time. So one thing I try to do is I make sure I stand far enough back when it's late in the day like this that my shadow doesn't show up in the picture. So when I take my photo, I'll zoom the camera in, and that way you don't see me in the shot. Because honestly, it looks better having my big old shadow here in the photo. Even zooming in, there's a distracting shadow down there, or doing it this way. So a lot of people who know me, have seen me, may not have ever seen the lot, the property out here. So I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown of everything and kind of show you what we got going on out here. So first of all, here's Platte Springs Road. Here is a bunch of lovely U-Haul trucks that obscure me from the road. My neighbor's dumpster, another little car lot across the street. This is the Tienda Taqueria Tu Amigos, which means the Two Friends Taco Stand. They have awesome, authentic Mexican food over here. And then here's us, our humble little abode. Got the 2007 CR-V. Gave it a little shakedown test drive. Put about 50 miles on it. She's doing great. Here's the lineup on the right. Little RSX, Honda Fit, Ford Taurus. We got a Subaru up here. I got Dylan calling me. So anyhow, after talking to Dylan, finishing the tour here, got a customer vehicle. This thing shut off on the young lady last night, but restarted. It's got to figure that out. Got a nice Q50 over here. Got a cool lifted Subaru. We got a Hyundai over here. 5.3 V8 Envoy. We got a Jeep Wrangler. There's a Camaro back there. We got a Genesis 5.0R. We got future shop truck in the making. We got a GMT 400 Suburban. We won't talk about that one. My work truck. Got this cool 2015 CR-V. We got, oh look, it's a Dave. Finishing up some front end damage repair on this Suburban. Just needed a hood and a fender, grill, and some lights. Those of you who can count above 6 know that this is not a normal Suburban. It is in fact a 2500, so it's got the 6.0 4L80 really well taken care of. Got my poor little janky trailer here. We've got a whole bunch of containers. These are not mine. These have been here for, I believe the owner said, like 35 years, owner of the property. Then we got some other stuff out here in the back. We got a red Ford Thunderbird. If you ever Google the 24 Hours of Lemons, Bad Penny Thunderbird, that's what's living under here. CR-V that needs an engine. We have the semi-world famous Missing Link. Fans of the show Roadkill will recognize this car. Yes, I own it. Yes, it runs and drives. Yes, I'm going to do something with it, but haven't quite got around to it yet. Bunch of wheels and tires. Got my 62 Ford that's going to get body swapped onto this 2011 Crown Vic. I've had this car now for about a year, but it does run and drive. It has all new suspension underneath it because it was actually involved in a police chase. It was pit maneuvered and slammed into a K-rail, so the right front corner was damaged, right rear was damaged, all the suspension was messed up, but that's all been fixed. It does have 410 gears. It does have a welded diff, so hopefully it can do at least one glorious burnout before the diff explodes. Big Blue again. Another customer vehicle here. A lot of junk. Got to make a dump run. Got a 2005 Dodge Ram. a year ago. This truck had $5,300 worth of new engine put in. It is currently for sale for $4,500. So buy an engine, get a truck for free. Inside the shop, we've got a old GM transmission. We've got a spare Thunderbird engine. We've got some Jeep Wrangler wheels and tires. We've got all manner of shelves and supplies and tools. Got my own tire changer and balancer. Old Jeep grill. A really cool inflatable Mountain Dew can that my dad gifted me when I opened the shop up. Got a full-size refrigerator. Got some more cars over here. Got a Mustang V6 stick shift. Got a super clean little Ford Explorer. We have a $100 Ford Escort back there. It's a parts car from another project. Got a Mini Cooper JCW. That's the John Cooper Works. That's the hot one. Got some trash back there I got to take to the dump at some point. My collection of Rock Auto magnets. For those who don't know, every time you order from Rock Auto, they give you a magnet. So you can do the math on how many times we've had to put orders in with Rock Auto for stuff. We've got shelf full of books, car magazines, my custom metal art Honda Fit that my wife got me for Christmas a few years back. Honda Element seat. Dylan is out picking up parts, and when he does, he removes the seats from the car so he has more room for parts. We got a new axle for the Jeep. I don't have any windows in here, so this acts like a window so I can see outside, see the gate, see if like customers pull in, tied into the security system. We got some free Hot Wheels cars for the kids when they come to visit. Oil for a upcoming oil change. And in case anybody thinks they're going to come in here and be clever, it's just fun to have it there and freak people out. There's my desk. There's the printer, paper, bunch of random supplies. Here's a whole bunch of parts, mostly for this 72 AMC Ambassador that we're working on right now. Show you that real quick. Customer bought this car something like 13 years ago and has a lot of other projects and just hasn't really been able to make any headway on it in spite of everything else he's got going on. So he asked us if we could take this thing from being a driveway fixture and make it run, drive, steer, start, stop. So it's got really nice seats in it. It's got really nice door panels. Dashboard's in great shape. Headliner's still in great shape. The body's pretty good. It's got a lot of, just age and wear. Patina, as they call it. But yeah, it's got the cool 4 headlights set up front. Got some torque thrust style wheels on it. Some big chunky tires. Rest of the office, this is where Dave sits and his computer for doing all of his computating. A little bit of Christmas decorations. Tawana, who you guys will meet at some point. This is her workstation. She does a lot of eBay sales, a lot of paperwork and office stuff in here. She's working on getting things cleaned and organized. This was a really big disaster not long ago, but it's a lot better. Got a second bay that occasionally it's cleaned out and we can work on cars in here. And then I do have another refrigerator, battery charging station, microwave. These drawers are full of snacks. And we do have a restroom, just a little half bath, but it works. As you may have noticed, we don't really have a closed off area for office and such, so when it's cold outside, it's cold inside, so we got some little space heaters and things just to try to make it manageable. But that is Mighty Bear Motors, all my official business licenses and such. Mighty Bear Motors in a nutshell. So I'll walk back out away and you guys will be able to kind of see everything all together. But yeah, if you're in Lexington, South Carolina or the Midlands, You need a car. You need a car repaired. You need a car repaired from accident damage and painted. Give me and Dave, Dylan or Twana a call. Actually, don't call Dylan or Twana. They probably don't want a bunch of people calling them. And just call me. Here's my number over here. Look me up online. You can find me on Facebook, Google, YouTube. I'm not on Instagram or whatever Twitter's called these days.